Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, welcome to another episode of Roll the Tape podcast with Manager Marty. I'm your host, Manager Marty. We need answers. Come on in. Yeah, we had a technical difficulty, but we're here now. Come on in. Yes, indeed. Come on in. Grab a plate. I have some food that I want to serve you. Some food for thought. Come on in. Grab a plate. And right after you grab a plate, have a seat. I promise you, you're going to love this today. I welcome each and every last one of you. Thank you for coming out. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me today. Come on in. Yeah. Hold the door open because another one of your classmates is coming in right behind you. Hold the door open. Don't leave nobody stranded. Just hold the door open. Oh, yes. There you go. Come on in. Hit the like button if you can, please. Let's get the likes up as the viewership is increasing exponentially. Come on in. Grab a plate, y'all. Grab a plate. Mm-hmm. Yes, class is in session. Come on in. Now, don't forget we do have the segment of the show that's going to start in a few seconds called Nip It in the Bud. Yeah, there's a link that's pinned to the top of the chat. Yep, I flew the kite out there. Link pinned to the top of the chat. Come on in. It's open to anyone. If you're Canelo Alvarez fans, come on in, Canelo Alvarez fans. Come on in. Terence Crawford fans, come on in. The link is for you. Yeah. We have a conversation we need to have. Come on in, y'all. Yeah. Double salute to all of the members of the channel and supervisors of the Roll the Tape film crew. Yes. Come on in. Listen, if this is your first time here, I want to welcome you. The information and education and entertainment that I provide on this platform, I promise you ain't going to find it nowhere else. That's why I'm glad you're here. So if this is your first time, I appreciate you coming here. And listen, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Come on in. Yeah, salute to all of the Roll the Tape film family members. Come on in, y'all. Yeah, I welcome you. If you are a hater of mine, I welcome you. I'm not mad at you. I love you. Come on in. If you are a spy of mine, I welcome you. If you came over here because someone else told you to come over here just to hear and see what's going on over here, I welcome you as well. If you are a detractor of mine, I welcome you. Yeah, come on in. That link is pinned to the top of the chat. I want you to know that when you click the link, your perspective is welcomed. Yeah, you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to like me. Yeah, I'm gonna tell the truth whether you like me or not. So come on in, come on in. I want to play a small little clip of an audio, and I want to make sure we get on the same page before this live broadcast is off air. But for right now, I need you all to come on in. Click the like button though. Grab a plate. I have some food that I want to serve you. Come on in, come on in. Yeah. I have to make sure we on the same page after today. Yeah, come on in, y'all. Mm-hmm. Listen, I want to tell you this. I have the best live chat in the world. I do. Oh, no doubt. Hands down. Best moderators and everything. Yeah, we here now. Come on in. Yeah, we're going to get the show started. I'm going to play a piece of an audio real quick because I want to make sure we're on the same page now. All right? We need answers. Mm-hmm. Now, listen now. They saying that Terence Crawford going to get cheated. I'm just telling you what they're saying now. They're saying Terence Crawford is going to get cheated in this fight. Mm-hmm. On the judges' scorecards. I'm going to play a piece of an audio because I want to make sure we're on the same page, okay? All right, come on in, y'all. Come on in. Play something for y'all real quick. I'm just going to play how it started, and then I'm going to finish it today. All right, hold on once. Let me roll the tape. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape.
Shouts out to L. Boxing. He made me aware that of the judges and the referee for Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. And oh boy, the same old three judges that we always have an issue with. Tim Cheatham, Max DeLuca, and Steve Weisfeld. Now I know typically it goes by the State Athletic Commission, right? So it's not a surprise there because, you'll get repeats like the referee, the judges, so on and so forth because the state that they in, right? But boy, oh boy, these judges, oh boy, when you dealing with Canelo Alvarez and specific judges, typically Tim Cheatham and Steve Weisfeld. Max DeLuca, he's been pretty good. But Steve Weisfeld and Tim Cheatham, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We know that Canelo Alvarez as Terence Bud Crawford, who will be a first ballot Hall of Famer once he retires, 4-division world champion, 2-division undisputed world champion, superstar and the pound-for-pound #1 fight in the world, 41 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout. Terence Crawford has already stated, he made the statement already. And so did his trainer, well-renowned 2-time trainer of the year, future Hall of Fame trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, when they made the statement that they are less concerned with Canelo Alvarez's power and strength, and more concerned with the judges and will he get a fair shake, because we know Canelo Alvarez, the 4-division world champion, 2-time undisputed super middleweight, first ballot Hall of Famer, Mexican superstar boxer. Canelo Alvarez, who has 63 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. He always has an advantage on the scorecards. We've seen it with Erislandy Lara, Austin Trout, Triple G twice, right? Even his last fight with William Skull, right? The fight with Dimitri Bivol. One judge in the Floyd Mayweather fight. He lost every round of Floyd Mayweather, and one of the judges saw the draw. So there's a worst kept secret in sport of boxing that when you fight Canelo, the judges he's already up 3 rounds. The moment the fight starts, before the first bell rings, he's up 3 rounds.
Those were the words of Blue Blood Sports TV. There's the worst kept secret in boxing, he says, that Canelo Alvarez is already up on the scorecards by the judges the first 3 rounds before the first bell even rings, before the first round even starts. That's what Blue Blood said. Let's do an audio check, shall we? Did y'all hear that? I wanted to make sure everybody heard that. Did everyone hear the audio? Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Yeah, grab a plate now. If you just watching, you just came in, I want you to grab a plate. I have some food for thought. I want to serve you some food. Come on in, grab a plate, have a seat real quick, okay? Now remember, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. Okay? What that means is anyone can click the link. Come on up here. Let's have a conversation. You can be a Terence Crawford fan. This is the Nip It in the Bud segment. All right? Episode 22, by the way. All right? You can be a Canelo Alvarez fan. You can even be neutral. Come on up. Let's talk about it. I want to make sure we all heard that. Did everyone hear that? Okay. I just have a question, though. Before I continue, it's just a question. If this is true, that when you fight Canelo as a professional boxer, if this is true, when you fight Canelo as an opponent in boxing, if this is true, if a professional boxer fights Canelo, how come this is the first time we ever heard anything like this? In other words, is when Canelo Alvarez was preparing to fight William Skull, we didn't hear content creators say anything about the judges before the fight, did we? Okay. When Canelo Alvarez was about to fight Edgar Berlinger, we didn't hear anybody from his camp or any content creator say this about the judges, did we? What about when Canelo Alvarez was about to fight Jaime Munguia? And you know Jaime Munguia is promoted by De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions. And we know Oscar De La Hoya don't even like Canelo Alvarez. And you mean to tell me Oscar De La Hoya didn't make this reference at all? Not one content creator said anything about this with these judges when Canelo was about to fight Jaime Munguia. What about when Canelo Alvarez was about to fight Jermell Charlo? You didn't hear anybody from Jamel Charlo's camp or even a content creator make any references about the judges before the fight, have we? What about when Canelo fought Triple G and Caleb Plant and Billy Joe Saunders? I'll stop there. I mean, there's more. I could talk about when he fought Daniel Jacobs as well. But I'll stop there. That's enough fighters. But the point is, we haven't heard content creators mention anything about the judges and how corrupt the judges are and how much Canelo Alvarez will be up on the scorecards before the first bell even ring, according to Blue Blood. We haven't heard any other content creators speak on this before any of his fights. But now all of a sudden, according to Blue Blood, Sports TV, Terence Crawford's camp is speaking on the judges having a conspiracy against Bud Crawford because they're so biased for Canelo that they're already going to write 10 rounds to 9 in favor of Canelo Alvarez within the first 3 rounds before the first bell even rings. I want to make sure we all understand that's where we at right now. That's where we at. Now I'm speaking, that's where we at, because sometimes I interchangeably use ebonics because I want to always appeal to all audience members, even my audience members that represent the hood. Right? But of course, for my more sophisticated audience members, that's where we are today. But I'm just trying to figure out, we haven't heard anything about any of this before. We haven't. I mean, at least I haven't. Come on in, y'all. This is the Nip It in the Bud segment, episode number 22. We have to deal with this. We want to make sure that these judges don't cheat Terence Crawford. We want to make sure that these judges don't cheat Terence Crawford by already scoring the first 3 rounds for Canelo Alvarez before a punch is even thrown and before the first bell was even rung in the first round. Now, you heard Blue Blood Sports TV say that he received some of this information from L-Dub Boxing. And this is not to discredit L-Dub Boxing, who will be in my DMs almost every week, sending me favorable things about Terence Crawford. L-Dub Boxing, I know you listening. I sent the link out several times for you when you was here live, L-Dub Boxing, and you did not click the link, but you stayed in my live chat, refusing to click the link. You remember that? Oh, okay. Yeah. Because I'm ready for him to click the link. I have some questions I want to ask him specifically about this and sending this to Blue Blood, and then Blue Blood putting this out there to the masses. And some of you that's in the live chat right now, y'all remember me putting that link in the chat when L-Dub Boxing was in the live chat and I told him to click it. I told him and I told Flyer Frequency to click the link. Y'all remember that? This was like literally 2 weeks ago. And he did not click the link. But he wanted to stay in the live chat and talk behind the computer. Right. And type the words. Right. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a Terence Crawford fan. But when you come out with these type of accusations, you have to come with proof. You have to come with some form of evidence. Now, here's the great thing about the fact that we're hearing this now. The people that's talking about this, right, never judged, never had any formal training of judging, not even certified, never been to any USA boxing clinics, never went through the grassroots process and the amateur boxing program to be trained as a judge, but yet they're making all of these accusations about judges cheating in boxing. And Blue Bloods Sports TV said it's the worst kept secret, like he's an insider. Come on, y'all, cut it out. If Terence Crawford is going to knock out Canelo Alvarez, according to some Crawford fans, you won't need the judges anyway. And for people that's saying Canelo Alvarez is going to knock out Terence Crawford, you're not going to need the judges anyway. That's all I'm saying. You ain't going to need them anyway. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Now, I'm not mad that someone is having an opinion. I'm not mad if someone has an opinion about what they think regarding the judging. Because sometimes the judging in boxing do be a little bit off. They do. Now, that's coming from me, who is certified and trained as a judge in the sport of boxing. Yes, for all of my new members that don't know that about me, that's a fact. I'm the only content creator that is. Just wanted to put that out there. And let me let you in on a small piece of information. Every professional boxing judge that you see or hear their name being announced in any professional bout, just understand something. All of them had to go through the process and the prerequisite to receiving their grassroots training and certification as an amateur boxing judge before they become licensed as professional boxing judges. I just want to make sure we're clear. Yes, a lot of times they do get it wrong. Not every single fight, but a lot of times, considering the entire history of the sport, yes, it happens. It is subjective. But there is a scoring criteria that they are licensed and certified to adhere to. But to say it's the worst kept secret in boxing, that's not true. And just to put this out there, if I wanted to be a professional boxing judge right now, I can make a phone call to any athletic director representing any commission here in the United States of America and get it done. Just wanted to put that out there as well. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't necessarily mean that when the judges get it wrong, and when I say get it wrong, I mean that the judges might see something that an average boxing fan, casual or hardcore, may not see when they're watching it on TV. It's a different experience. They might get it wrong in your eyes, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they are corrupt. Most of the time, we have to consider the ages of these judges. Some of them are literally in their 70s and 80s. For real. Now, I will say that those judges, in my personal, humble opinion, they need to retire. Because it makes people believe that it's a form of corruption if they do get it wrong. Because they are a little bit older, some of them. I'm talking about the ones that do the high-profile fights because of their level of experience. Some of these judges have judged fights over 100 times. over 200 fights, over 300 fights professionally, with half of them being championship bouts. Some even more, 300, 400, 500 bouts. Not just in America, I'm talking about in general. So sometimes we have to consider that as well. And there are other times in the past, I could say, that certain people were slipped some envelopes now. We get that. But what I'm saying is, if this is the worst kept secret in boxing according to Blue Blood, then we should be hearing about this according to Canelo Alvarez fights way before he's scheduled to fight Terence Crawford. The man done fought 10 times in the last several years. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not saying that these judges can't be corrupted. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that if you're going to call that out and calling judges by name, you got to come with some proof and some evidence. Because they're being called out by name, particularly 2 of the 3 judges that Blue Blood just mentioned. Because that's a very serious accusation. Not saying that they can't be corrupted and it's never happened. I'm not saying that. That's foolish of me if I said that. And no, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is we can't just say that now because it's Terence Crawford. Because that's not cool. Because if you standing for anti-corruption, you got to do that whether Canelo Alvarez fighting somebody else. Don't matter if it's Crawford or not. That's all I'm saying. If we're going to stand up for what's righteous, we got to do it all the time. We can't pick and choose if this is all true. We cannot say that Canelo Alvarez is going to be up on the judges' scorecards 3 to 4 rounds before a punch is even thrown. You got to show me some proof when you make those accusations. Hey, that's just what that, now I'm talking about that specifically. All right? Everybody's entitled to an opinion. I'm cool with that. It's all good. Coach, there?
Hey, salute. How you doing, brother? Salute, Manager Martin. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this off the screen real quick. Make sure we right. Make sure the layout is cool. Coach Eddie, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, brother? Hey, this is a good topic today, man. You know, like I say about with the judges, how they judge fights, and to be blunt, it's inconsistent at best. You know, there is a few things that goes into the judging criteria, as far as like who's the A side and who the B side. You know, we got the hometown judges, which we deal with that in all levels of boxing. Even in the amateur shows, you see you got hometown judges. You know, they may know the kid who's, the up and coming star, so they'll lean that way. Now, you mentioned the Williams. I think you mentioned the Williams Skull fight, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe I may have misheard you. But even you go back to the Williams Skull fight, one judge had it 115, 113, which was 7 rounds to 5. So they gave him credit for what he was doing, and they didn't reward Canelo Alvarez for what he was not doing. Because if you really want to go by the letter of the law, William Skull beat Canelo. If you want to keep it all the way 100, because Canelo didn't do anything. He set a record for the least amount of punches ever thrown in a 12-round fight. They landed identical punches, same exact number of punches, and William Skull outworked him, and he made Canelo miss. So by the letter of the law, I think he won that fight. They didn't give it to him because, of course, he's not the star, and they had bigger plans involved. But I believe Bud, in order for him to get a decision, he's going to have to take the titles from Canelo. I believe that the close rounds, they're going to give those to Canelo Alvarez. He's going to have to clearly dominate each round if he wants to win that round. I mean, that's my opinion. What do you think, brother?
Well, I will comment on that, but before I do that, You had made a statement about amateur boxing judges. Of course, as a very experienced and trained certified USA boxing official, I can't stand on that and say that the judges are from the hometown of the more favorable amateur boxer and they would lean towards that fighter. I can't sit up here and agree to that
Okay, and rightfully
because
so. I'm
in my experiences, I haven't seen that. In my experiences, meaning that, and I want to say that because you said hometown, most of the amateur boxing judges that judge these amateur bouts, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're from that actual neighborhood or they're actually from that town, just like professional boxing judges. So I can't lean to it and say, well, it's because they're favoring this particular amateur boxer because this particular amateur boxer is a hometown fighter, etc. I can't speak to I not in good conscience. I mean, it feels good to agree with you, but I know I can't do that if I don't genuinely believe that from the amateur
and,
level.
and I understand, and I've been involved in the amateur boxing for over 20 years myself. Are you up in Philly, right? Okay, yeah, you back. Good.
The static the static.
Is it
Coach,
on
can
my
you hear
end or
me?
is it on your end?
Can you hear me,
Yeah, I can hear you.
Coach?
How about, can you hear me?
I think it's on the StreamYard, and every time it does this when I invite guests. Yesterday it was cool though. I had a lot of guests up here yesterday, and the static wasn't doing this at all. It'd be crazy sometime, man. It's
Okay,
not
see,
even our
now I'm
phone. It's not you though. It's not our phones. I promise you that. I don't know what it is about StreamYard system when I try to invite a guest on here. It wasn't doing it yesterday, but for some reason it's doing it today.
okay. Now, see, I'm down here, and my experience is different because I think you from Philly. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm from Philly.
Okay, so I'm down here in Georgia.
Huh?
I'm down here in Georgia, down here in Atlanta, Georgia.
I judged several fights and tournaments in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm familiar
Yes,
with the
sir.
program. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you familiar with? We had a complete overhaul of our amateur system because it was just totally, it was crazy, bro. It was totally out of whack. It was I'm not gonna say corrupted, but it wasn't where it should have been. I'm just gonna put it like that. They had to
Yeah.
clean house because you know how it gets sometimes.
Yeah.
They had to clean house, and I've seen it. You know, mothers, fathers, be on the judging, be one of the judges. And man, this fight blatantly, the kid got beat from pillar to post.
You
To
mean
these
you mean a
guys,
mother? You mean a mother or a father of a fighter that was competing?
absolutely, because
And
the thing out here in Georgia, they were so hard pressed to get amateurs and officials because everybody got disenfranchised with it. They just fell out. So they was just using whoever, and you find guys, they judge in one round, and then next they up refereeing. They referee in a fight, and then two fights later they at the judging table. Then they might be judging their own fighters fight. You know what I'm saying? So how can you not have a conflict of interest where you literally judging one of your own fighters in the ring fighting against another guy? I mean, you're gonna have a natural bias towards your fighter. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I've seen
yeah,
it, bro. That
yeah. Well, in that case, right? I blame whoever the chief of officials were at that time because when a judge is officiating, that judge cannot and should not, according to rule, according to national policy, that judge cannot and should not be officiating any fighter that is in their team, in their camp, that spar or train at their gym, their relative, or any other personal relationship that this official may have with that amateur boxer. So the chief of official was supposed to be on his or her job to make sure that didn't happen. Even the parent judging their child. So that was wrong.
Yeah, and that's why they had to clean it up, because it's a lot of things. Even one of my fighters, personally, I don't want to get off topic, but he was a 125-pound fighter, and they matched him up against a guy from Hawaii. This dude weighed 142 pounds, and we didn't even know it until after the fight. And that's because the kid came from Hawaii, and they wanted to make sure that he got a fight, so they put him in with my guy. Now, that's not a legal match right there. 125 versus a 141 pounder. I was like, wow, that's crazy. I said, damn, this kid looks kind of big. And I finally went and pulled his book after the fight. Man, this dude weighed in at 141. He got my kid by 16, 17 pounds. Yeah, but they did it. And that's the stuff. That's why they had to clean house out here in Georgia, because things like that were going on, man.
Yeah, that's wrong. And also, and I want to share something with you, because if this keeps static, and Coach Eddie, I probably have you come out and then come back in. But I do want to share something with you. It's standard protocol. I want to let you know this if you don't know. It's standard protocol where us as officials, we might judge certain fights that we are assigned to, and then in other fights, we may be assigned to a referee on the same event. So there's nothing corrupt about that. That's a part of the process. Okay?
Absolutely.
So I just want you to know that if you don't know. So let's just use an example. Let's say there's a fight card that has 13 bouts on there, right? And you got 4 of the judges, right, who are certified and trained as a referee, because they're all not the same processes. They're different processes and different clinics and different certifications. But let's say you have 4 of the referees that are there that are qualified to judge and referee, and it's only 4, officials to referee that's qualified. They're the only 4 on staff. But you might see them actually judging 2 fights down the line on the same card, on the same event, right? There's nothing corrupt about that. That's a part of the policy. And most of the times, it's usually due to manpower issues, where you'll see a referee in the ring officiating the fight, and then 2 fights down the line, that same referee who was just officiating refereeing, they're at the table actually judging. That's more of a manpower issue. There's nothing corrupt about that. That's actually within the rules and guidelines of USA Boxing. That's totally legal and fair. I just want you to know that if you didn't know that.
Yeah, yes, sir. I was aware of that. I know it is a lot of times they do have a lot, because it's all volunteers, so these guys are not getting paid. So a lot of times they will have, manpower issues. They don't have enough people to judge the fights and ref the fight, so they'll take care of that. But as far as Terence Crawford, I think he's going to have to dominate Canelo to get a decision. Like I say, any close rounds, any nip and tuck rounds, I think they're going to lean towards the champion. I don't know if and I know it's not a real rule, but there is an unwritten rule where you have to so-called beat the champ. You know what I mean? I know it's not written in black and white, but it's kind of like, okay, did you really take it from him? And he's going to have to.
I think that's the old adage in boxing, though. Like you said, it's not written down. That's just the old adage where you got to go and beat the champion and you got to take the titles and all of that. I think it's wrong if I come out and say that the judges are going to be corrupt in this fight because Canelo was fighting Terence Crawford. I can't sit here in good conscience and say that, especially when Canelo done fought, like you talked about Skull, and you talked about what you thought about Skull actually winning the fight, right? That's subjective. But I can't say that now all because Canelo's fighting Bud Crawford, or because Bomac might think that, or because someone else from Terence Crawford camp might think that. I can't say that because Canelo Alvarez done fought so many other different fighters, and if all of these things were true, I say we should be bringing it out way before he fought Crawford. All this stuff should have been out every time he fights. It should be pressure on the Nevada State Athletic Commission to choose the right judges. If this is a common thing, a common theme, a common practice that continues to happen in Canelo Alvarez's fights. And I say that because you got, like I just said, Jaime Munguia. He's promoted by De La Hoya and Golden Boy. And of course, we know Oscar De La Hoya don't like Canelo. So I would have liked for somebody like an Oscar De La Hoya to be putting and applying pressure on the athletic commission to make sure the right judges are selected. And the wrong judges, who are the bad apples, need to get put out of boxing. I'm talking about in Canelo's fights. If this was a common theme that happens in Canelo's fights, where these judges already have him up on the scorecards 3 rounds before anything even happens, even before a punch is thrown or a bell is even rung. So I can't just come out and say that I believe that they're going to cheat Terence Crawford, all because this is I guess an alleged common theme of particular judges. I can't say that.
We could look at now what Blue's point. It does have some legs. I'm not gonna say it's all 100% right, but it does have some legs because you can look at what it actually takes to get a win over Canelo. Like we seen, Bivol came out and just outworked Canelo and barely squeaked by with a victory. We seen Canelo. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna have you come out and let's see if this will work. If you come off, go off, and then try to come back in. Let's see if that helps. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why StreamYard does this. When I invite a guest on, you see how I'm talking regular now? No guests are on here, and there's no static. But then when I bring a guest on here, yeah, it's crazy. But we're going to have Coach Eddie come on back in. But I'm just saying, if Blue Blood saying this, L-Dub Boxing saying this, or whoever's saying this, I would have liked to hear them say this beforehand. I didn't hear no content creator say, oh, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Canelo's about to fight William Skull. Now, you know the judges in this fight are going to have Canelo up 3 rounds already before the bell is even ring in the first round. We didn't hear anything. We're hearing something now. That's the issue that I'm saying. If this is something that has always happened in these Canelo Alvarez fights, we should be hearing about this. Because something can be done about that if this is true. I'm not here taking up for the judges or anything. Because I'm not saying that sometimes it don't happen where the judges don't get it wrong. One judge might get it wrong or according to their vantage point or whatever. I mean, listen, if you put a lot of people in any industry together, you're going to find corruption somewhere when people, I want to let y'all know that people, a lot of people will be saying, oh, boxing is corrupt. Boxing is not corrupt. The people that represent boxing might be corrupt, but boxing as a whole is not corrupt. I'm just being on record saying it now. Everybody always places blame on boxing instead of the actual person. People in boxing might be corrupt. They might be the ones trying to corrupt boxing because of their practices. But the sport in itself of boxing is not corrupt. And there are some people that represent boxing. They are corrupt. Yes, you can find corrupt people in every industry that you can name in the world. It happens. You have some good apples and you have some bad apples. But if this is so prevalent in these Canelo fights, I wanted to make sure we start saying this. Not just now, but even in the past. You know, even in the past. If this is so prevalent, because we're talking about just one fighter. I've seen it where I've literally judged fights myself, just watching it as a spectator. and scoring rounds myself and come out of it after the fight and say, wait a minute, they gave that round to this person? I don't know about that. I even had it where I judged the fight just as a spectator, right? Unofficially, just as a spectator, right? Using the judging criteria. Let me put that out there, right? Went back, watched the fight again, rejudged it again, and had a whole totally different scorecard. So I've had those experiences as well, unofficially. Because you got these guys who commentate and they call themselves commentating on the fight and they're still judging at the same time. Like when you watch a DAZN broadcast and you hear Sergio Mora and I forgot the other guy's name, but him, I forgot his name. He's the lead color commentator. Oh, I scored that last round for such and such. Man, I got him up on the scorecard. But wait a minute, just commentate on the fight. All these unofficial scorecards. I was watching one fight. I forgot which fight it was, and they had what's the journalist name? Mike Coppinger. It was a DAZN card. Mike Coppinger was an unofficial judge. These guys had no formal training. They don't even use the scoring criteria. So that happens too, where the fans of boxing are watching live fights and the color commentators and analysts are actually judging the fights unofficially. And then what that does is that sends a message to the spectator, including the casual boxing fan. Wait a minute, yeah, this fighter's actually winning. When in all actuality, that fighter might not even be winning on the judges' scorecards or even from the perspective of those of us who actually know boxing. So a lot of times, it can be a confusion when you have that happen. I'm going to bring Coach Eddie back in. Coach Eddie, you there?
Yes, sir. That better? The connection better?
Yeah. It's not your connection, bro. I'm telling you, it's StreamYard. But it sounds pretty good, man. I don't hear any static.
Okay, sound good. So, like I was saying, the last point I was trying to make to Blue's point, Blue does have some legs because you got to look at the past history of what it actually takes to get a victory against Canelo. Now, you only got two guys that did it, which was, of course, Mayweather, and one had that being a draw. Mm-hmm. Then you also had Bivol. The recent fight is Bivol. Look how hard Bivol had to work just to get a 7-5. I mean, he literally threw 200 more punches than this guy and outlanded this guy by maybe 50 or 60. I don't really have the stats right in front of me. But my point is he had to work almost double, a lot harder than Canelo did just to get a 7-5. I mean, this was constant working. So what Canelo, a lot of people don't understand about judging. This is what happened to a lot of judging, right? There's something called stealing the rounds. So you could be working very good, 2 minutes straight, solid work, boom, 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 working behind the jab, you landing combinations and everything. Then this guy may have flashes of greatness in between those, maybe towards the end of the fight, and he'll get the crowd involved, and the crowd, sways the judges. Now all of a sudden they'll give that round to that guy. See, Canelo is good at stealing the rounds. He throws flashy combinations, and he get the oozing out of the crowd, and that sways how judges sometimes see things. They tell us in boxing that you want to do good, at the beginning of the round and at the end of the round. To get a judge is something to think and like, oh, this guy won the round because he dominated the end. Or maybe he may have stole the round. Like Sugar Ray Leonard was good at that. He did it against Marvin Hagler. He stole a lot of those rounds, in my opinion, just by throwing a flashy combination. So that's a lot of time people don't score the whole round. But if you look at the totality of the round, the other guy actually did more work and was the better, more dominant fighter in that round. But the other guy, just through perception, made it look and appear as though he was the man in that round, just by the flashy combinations, just by putting things together and stole the rounds.
Right, but what I'm saying is I agree, but that's poor judging. Because it's not about the last 30 seconds. And I know you're talking about Marvin Hagler against Sugar Ray. And that's a very good example you use, Coach Eddie, because that is exactly, what happened, where that was a part of Sugar Ray Leonard's strategy, you know, because he actually thought that Hagler was going to outwork him based on his style. So he already pre-planned that before the fight. I don't know if you remember that part too. So that's poor judging. It's 3 minutes per round, right? So you're absolutely correct. Judges shouldn't be swayed by the crowd. And in fact, I haven't seen that. So I don't have no proof to say that the judges were swayed by a crowd. I'm more inclined to believe that the judges were swayed by something else in that scenario opposed to the crowd. But I do understand your point. But that's poor judgment. Either way you slice it, Coach Eddie, you're right about that part. That is poor judging. There's 3 minutes in each round, and every round should be scored. And I think that's the key to it all. But I can't sit up here and say that even though there have been some corruption in boxing with regards to judges, that this is actually definitively going to happen in this fight with Terence Crawford. I can't come out and just say that because I don't think that's true. Poor judging does happen. And there are some influences that cause poor judging. But I can't sit up there and say, because this judge got it wrong in this fight, or that judge got it wrong in another fight, that automatically that Canelo Alvarez is going to be up 3 rounds in this fight with Terence Crawford before a punch is even thrown. That is not righteous. And to your point about what Blue Blood said, Blue Blood been on YouTube for years. I don't know how many years, but he's been on here for years. And I've done extensive research on this guy after he started throwing shots at me when I tried to find out who is he when I first got on YouTube, because I didn't know none of these guys. And I haven't heard one. I didn't go through all his videos, so maybe he did. But the videos that I seen, that I skimmed through, I didn't hear him once bring up nothing about quote-unquote corrupt judges in none of Canelo Alvarez's previous fights. I haven't heard him. I don't listen to him, so I am subjective. But at the same time, there's people that's watching me right now, live in living color, right now, in my live chat, or even just chilling in the background. They watch him. Now I'll have to ask them, but I haven't heard him or nobody else speak on none of these previous fights with Canelo until right now. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. And I can agree to that as far as the content creators. Now, I have heard that other coaches express this, going into a Canelo fight, but not a content creator, but just as a trainer or a coach. I know Bibble's coach said the same thing. They asked him, "Hey, you think you're going to be able to get a fair shake on the scorecard?" And these are reporters, asking other fighters, do they think they're going to be able to get a fair shake? So that means something's out there. And Bivol like, look, I'm gonna go out there and do my job. I'm not a judge. I'm gonna do the best I can, and if the judges give me the victory, fine. So this is not just an issue, as far as content creators. This is something that's been in the forefront and it's been in the background playing for some time that everybody knows. It's like an unwritten rule that you really have to work really hard to get a decision against Canelo Alvarez.
So that's the point that I'm making. If this is so prevalent. If it's so prevalent, then it should have been on the forefront of the minds of content creators. It should have been on the forefront of the minds of, like you said, Bibble's trainers and stuff like that. We haven't heard it nowhere in the media about Canelo until recently. If this has been going on, we should have been hearing about this over and over. And I'm not just talking about reporters. And I'm not just talking about content creators, Coach Eddie. I'm even talking about members of the camps of these fighters, like the trainers, not just Bivol, all of them that fought Canelo. The promoters, the ones who are paying the athletic commission to sanction these bouts, the promoters. I haven't heard not one of them speak on any of these Canelo Alvarez fights going into them. For example, Caleb Plant, he fought Canelo. PBC fighter. Haven't heard anything from PBC about it. Floyd Mayweather, PBC promoted fighter with Al Heyman. Haven't heard anything about it. Eris Landy Lara, PBC fighter. I'm just using that as an example. And by the way, I can tell you right now, I believe that Eris Landy Lara did better than some of those scorecards, in my opinion. But I can't say, oh, because Canelo fighting Terence Crawford, he gonna be automatically up 3 rounds before the. I can't say that. I don't have no proof of it. I don't have no evidence of that. I mean, the judge in that Mayweather fight scored it a draw. I have an issue with that. It wasn't a draw. It wasn't.
What about the Triple G fight? The first fight, which I thought Triple G clearly won that fight.
I think Canelo won that first fight. Me personally.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I had it the other way around. I thought Canelo lost the first fight. I thought he won the second fight. I thought Triple G dominated the first fight, and that's what you're talking about. Two people seeing two different things. Yeah. You seen it. We both seen the same fight, but I seen it the other way, and you seen it the other way.
Yeah, I had Canelo in that joint. 7-5 to be exact. I had either 8-4, 7-5, one of them, because I scored the fight live. I scored that fight live. I'm talking unofficially. Let me put it out there.
Okay, Manager Mark. Let me ask you a question, Manager Mark. Now we heard Tim Bradley speak to this too. He said you need to know who your Tim Bradley. He spoke about this, about knowing who your judges are and what they like. So some judges have a preference. Am I right or wrong? By what they like to see.
I don't know. They should be judging based off the scoring criteria and not a
but
so I don't know.
Yeah, but like I say, some judges favor. Well, maybe my opinion, but I'm gonna throw this out there. Some judges favor the more aggressive fighter. Some judges favor the boxer. Some judges favor defense. Like you take Floyd Mayweather for instance. Floyd is really one of the only guys who could win in the manner that he does. If his name wasn't Floyd Mayweather, in my opinion, some of those wins would have been versus losses. It's like only some guy can fight a certain way and pull that victory off. Like we seen Floyd get outworked. We seen Floyd, like Maidana, for instance. That was, in my opinion, that was a close fight the first time they fought. If they wanted to rob Floyd, that was the time to do it right there. Because it was that doggone close where you could have went Maidana's way if you wanted to, based off the activity.
I didn't have that fight close at all.
I had it close, man. The reason I had it close because I can't award somebody for not doing anything. If you're not doing anything,
Floyd was beating that guy. He was beating Maidana.
That's what I'm saying. That goes back to the difference in judging criteria. You seen it as a whitewash. I seen it as Floyd 0-5, the first 5 for 5 rounds. I said, Floyd, you better pick it up, man. This dude is outworking you.
I had Floyd winning that Maidana fight 8-4.
See, I had it relatively close. I thought that Floyd gave away the first 4 or 5 rounds. I thought he was getting outworked. That's just me.
The static is coming back, man. I'm gonna drop you off. We can try this another time because I don't want to mess the audio up, and I don't want people to not be able to hear the points.
Okay, brother. Yes, sir. I'll fall back in the chat.
Can you hear me, Coach Eddie? I don't think you can hear me. I don't think Coach Eddie can hear me. But that was a good conversation me and Coach Eddie was having. That was a good conversation, man. I like these type of conversations. Double salute to my guy, Matthew Thomas, all the way from Vegas. My guy. Appreciate you, big dog, in the super chat. Thank you for your support. Matthew Thomas says in the super chat, for the lessons. Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Always supporting the channel, man. But no, what I'm saying is that I had Canelo. I had Mayweather up 8-4 in that fight with Maidana. Maidana started fading, and Floyd was slowly picking them apart. And on top of that, Maidana was cheating too in that fight. And Robert Garcia was telling him to cheat Floyd Mayweather in that fight. If you go and watch that first fight, you will see in the first couple of rounds, Maidana looked like he was throwing an overhand right, but he was intentionally hitting Floyd Mayweather on top of the head with his forearm. Go back and watch them first few rounds. Go back and watch it. You'll see. But everybody's perspective is different. But it shouldn't be a style that a judge is favorable towards. It should be just the 4 criteria of judging. That's it. But unfortunately, that might be the case. I don't know if judges have a specific preference. I don't have any proof on that. So that's why I can't come out publicly and speak on things I don't have receipts of, me personally. I don't know if they have, like, this judge favorite fighters that box and this judge favorite fighters that are aggressive. I don't know. I can't speak to that. I don't know. You know what I mean? So I know that might not sound like a good answer to some people, but I can't speak to that. I don't have any proof on that. Band Up says, I got some heat for you. For me, let me sip my water. Band Up, you got heat for me? Well, try to click the link and let's see if the static is going away. I don't know. If you got heat for me, Band Up, that's cool. Come on with it. Oh, I can't even say come on with it. Because the last time we heard somebody say come on with it, they ran. Y'all remember when the guy on that other show, World Knowledge Boxing or something, he said, Bill Haney, hold on, we got one more question. Bill Haney says, come on with it. All aggressive and ready. Come on with it. And the guy says, it's a question from Manager Marty. Bill Haney heard Mad Dog Marty coming, gotta go, and then he ran. He ran. So I'm not gonna say come on with it. Let me see if the static is still messed up. We got Band Up. What's up, Band Up?
Marty.
Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, I hit you up on IG. I don't think you've seen it just yet, but
I ain't
live
see
and
it.
living color. It's all right. It's all right, on. It's all right, on. We here live and living color though. So I had I seen you on Nickel Slick. You know what I mean? 2 Cents Boxing, aka Nickel Slick. You know what I mean? I seen you over there a couple days ago, and you had said something, right? And I had said something in the comment section. I don't think you've seen it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You doing your thing. You be cooking. But Marty, you told us, man, catch you when you say something wrong. Now you said all snack fighters move up, right?
Yo, bro, the static is crazy on this end, bro.
My bad, buddy. I'm gonna get it.
Hurry up.
I got you.
What I say?
You said snack fighter. You said all snack fighters move up. They have a thing about moving up in weight. Can you hear me?
You said something about moving up in weight. Who was?
The snack fighters. Snack fighters.
Yeah, most of the snack fighters, they do move up in weight. Yeah.
Okay, so I was gonna say, didn't Mario Barrios move down in weight though?
Yeah.
So all the snack fighters ain't moving up in weight. It don't got nothing to do with this moving up thing if snack fighters is also moving down.
Hold on for a minute. Mario Barrios fought Tank Davis?
Mario Barrios the one that fought Keith Thurman at 54. That's now at 47.
Yeah. No. Let's go back to Tank Davis. Don't skip over that part, please. When he fought Tank Davis, what weight was he?
Probably a little, he's lower than what he at now, I'll tell you that.
Let's pull it up. We don't want to talk out of turn against Mario Barrios, you know. Let's see what he was when he fought Tank Davis. I mean, I know the answer to it, but I want the audience to know the answer as well. Because some people might not know, but I want to look it up so that we all can be on the same page. Okay, this is Mario Barrios, right? Now, he fought Tank Davis in 2021. Now, from what I've seen here, he weighed in at 139 and a half pounds when he fought Tank Davis. Then he moved up. And then he moved. So he fought Tank Davis in June of 2021. Then in February, which is 8 months later in 2022, he moved up and he weighed in against Keith Thurman at 146 1/4 pounds. And from the last time I checked, he's been fighting at 147 welterweight since that fight.
I thought him and Keith Thurman was at 54 when Keith Thurman moved up. I
No,
don't remember
Keith Thurman was 147 for that fight.
I thought, I'm sorry. If I'm wrong, I thought he was at 54 when he fought that fight.
The static, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you clear now, but the static was messed up. Now, you said you apologized to me. What you say?
Oh, yeah.
Take my glasses off. You said what? You sorry, Manager Marty. What you say again? Huh?
I said my apology. My apology. Hey, my apologies if Band Up got the weight wrong.
No, the static.
I thought Thurman was at 54.
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry, say it again.
I said my apologies if Band Up got the weight class wrong, but I thought he was at 54 at that time. I thought Keith.
Thank you, Band Up. Appreciate the apology, brother. That's all I asked for. Is to treat me fair. And you know what I want to say? I want to say this. I want to say this right now. When you come up here to challenge me, this is all I want to say. Just make sure, that's all I'm saying. Make sure you come correct. But I give Band Up credit, and I'm being for real. Band Up is one of them ones who I trust to come up here and stand on business. Because Band Up's favorite content creator won't even come up here. You see what I'm saying? You know why he won't come up? See, because these guys don't have the heart like Band Up. So I have to give credit to Band Up when it is due. Because he stands on business. When he say he gonna cook somebody, he make an effort to do that. And he comes up on the panels. He don't duck and hide. And that's why I respect Band Up. But Band Up's favorite content creator, Blue Blood, won't come over here. You see, what happens is they won't stand on business. I'm talking about the content creators that be talking crazy about me. They won't come up here. Because you know why? They don't have the receipts that I have. And they're not going to come correct. And they don't want to get exposed. So they won't take that chance that Mr. Band Up just took. So if y'all gonna grind him up in the chat, I suggest you do that now, because he earned that, okay? He came up trying to challenge the big dog. He earned that. But have some grace on him, live chat, because at least he had enough courage, something that these other people don't have. You know, like Bill Haney. When I sent that link twice in the live chat when Bill Haney was here, it wasn't like Bill Haney wasn't here. He was actually here. And I sent that kite to him. I put the live chat link, pinned it to the top. He wouldn't click it. See what I'm saying? Timothy Bradley had the same opportunity twice. And Mr. Bradley wouldn't click the link to come up here and talk to me. Other people had the same opportunities. So what I'm trying to get at is I have to give respect to Band Up because he stood on business, right or wrong. He still stood on business. But when you come up here to give me heat, just make sure. I mean, you got to dot your I's with me. I mean, you got to cross your T's twice before you come up with me because I have the receipts. Remember, I told y'all this by the phone booth. Don't underestimate me like Victor Conti did. You've seen what happened to him twice. Okay? When I say anything publicly, I'm going to say, I'm giving y'all the answers to the test. Listen, when I say something publicly, you best believe, if you don't believe nothing else, I have the receipts. For an example, I love Band Up. That's my guy. Representing Seattle, Washington. For an example, when I say I have the receipts now, like for example, Coach Eddie just said, right? Coach Eddie just said that Timothy Bradley made a statement, and the statement was that Tim Bradley made I didn't hear him, but I'm taking Coach Eddie's word for it. Coach Eddie seemed like he's a reliable source, an honest guy. But Coach Eddie said that Tim Bradley said that the athletes got to know who their judges are. Know who your judges are going to be, right? Now, I would take Tim Bradley's word for it, but I've heard Tim Bradley contradict himself. I've heard Tim Bradley be inconsistent in a lot of statements regarding Victor Conti, regarding the snack program, regarding VADA testing, and regarding me. So I can't just take Timothy Bradley's word for something like that because he's been inconsistent too many times. I'll give you an example. I have the receipts, so I'm going to say it publicly. I've already put videos out on this, but I'm trying to illustrate a point about something because I'm going somewhere with this. Timothy Bradley said to me in my comment section, he refused to click the link and come up here and talk to me directly. You see him jump on anybody else's platform, right? They always dance around me for some reason. I don't know why. But Timothy Bradley heard me talk about Shakur Stevenson being on snack and Victor Conti and that his performances have been enhanced. And Timothy Bradley was in my comment section instead of clicking the link that was offered to him. And guess what he said? I have the receipt, and people in the live chat was here. They remember this. Tim Bradley said, I hope you get sued. Manager Marty, you have no proof. I hope you get sued. But 3 months after that, what did we hear Tim Bradley say recently? Oh, I got my snack pack. Oh, this stuff works. I took the pre-workout and couldn't even go to sleep. Then I took another piece of the product from snack, and he was showing us on his camera. And this one right here helped you get some good sleep. It works. But when I said the snack works and it enhanced performances, Tim Bradley said he hoped I get sued. And then 3 months later, he then comes out and repeat the fact that snack enhanced performances. I can't take his word. He's not credible. For example, Blue Blood Sports TV. Can't take his word either. He's definitely not credible. I have some receipts I want to show you on that because I did play an audio from Blue Blood regarding the judges. Because, you know, he's following behind reports that he read. That's where he get his information from. He's following behind people like Rick Glaser, who's very, very, very critical of PBC. That's where he gets his information. He's following news articles. Have no inside sources. He's following news articles. And so is L-Dub Boxing. And I only know that about L-Dub because he sent me some of these articles that he's following and reading as well. I don't know if he does a good job or not, but I'm just telling you my experience when he sends me these articles that he wants me to read about Terence Crawford. But guess what? L-Dub had an opportunity when he was in my live chat to click the link and come up here, and he didn't come up here either. Okay. So now, I'm going to put this on your screen. Bam, go and look at it, right? Put this on your screen. Y'all see the date on that, right? This is why I'm trying to tell you that even though Blue Blood is talking about these judges and the scorecard's going to read 3 rounds up for Canelo before a punch is thrown, before the first bell is even rung, you can't take him at his word. He has no evidence or proof of that statement. Irregardless of whether there's corruption in boxing when it comes to judges, he should have just said that and left it alone. But you still got to have proof when you make these accusations. The point that I'm making is he made that specific statement, and he has to come with receipts. And if he don't have receipts, then he can't come out and say that that's definitively true about these judges that's going to judge the Terence Crawford fight in Canelo. Now, on August 11th, Blue Blood made some statements, and I want to play one of them in particular. I want to show you why you got to watch the content creators too and the narratives that they put out and make sure that they're a credible source. And if they're not, then you should not repeat what they say. Hold on, let me roll the tape. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape.
World champion, Mexican superstar boxer, who is a two-time undisputed super middleweight and the reigning undisputed super middleweight world champion, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who has 63 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. They're going to fight September 13th, Las Vegas, Nevada, at the Allegiant Stadium, which is, at this current time, just about a month out, right? So with that said, today is August 11th. They're going to fight September 13th. So it's just...
All right. Stay right there. I'm going to play some more. I just want to make sure we're clear. Quick audio check. Did y'all hear that? Can somebody in the live chat tell me what date Blue Blood said it was when he recorded this video? You can actually cheat if you want and look at your screen. I circled it for you. On your screen, I circled it. What date was it? He said today is August the what? Somebody in the live chat. August the what? What day was this? With that audio you just heard. August the what? August 11th, right? I'm going to play that last piece one more time. We'll make sure we clear. I'm going somewhere with this. Stay with me.
Just about a month out, right? So with that said, today is August 11th. They're going to fight September 13th. So it's just...
All right. He said August 11th. So this was August 11th with what he just said. August 11th with what he said. Okay? I'm going to play the rest of it. I just want to make sure we got it clear that this is August 11th. Okay.
It said that Floyd Mayweather's in camp helping him prepare, right? A lot of similarities, but it's simply not true. Floyd Mayweather is not in camp. Now, maybe he visit. I don't even think he visited Floyd Mayweather, visit Terence Crawford in camp, because if he did, we would see it. So there would be pictures, there would be visible proof if Floyd Mayweather visited Terence Crawford. He has not to my knowledge. And he is not training Terence Crawford. He's not helping well-renowned two-time trainer of the year and future Hall of Fame trainer Brian Bomac McIntyre prepare for Canelo Alvarez. Bomac is a great trainer. But it would be great. I would love to see Floyd Mayweather, 2 African-American, 2 Black American fighters come together, a legend like Floyd. They come together like Rocky and Apollo, right? And they train together, and Floyd helps him out, and Floyd walks with him to the ring just there. I'm not saying that he got to take over for Bomac. I'm just saying assist him, work with him, right? Just train with.
That's Blue Blood. Did y'all hear that? I'm going to play that last piece again. So I want to make sure we're on the same page. This is August 11th. Did y'all hear that? Okay. I'm going to play it again. Listen to the last piece. This is August the 11th.
Canelo Alvarez. Bomac is a great trainer. But it would be great. I would love to see Floyd Mayweather, 2 African-American, 2 Black American fighters come together, a legend like Floyd. They come together like Rocky and Apollo, right? And they train together, and Floyd helps him out, and Floyd walks with him to the ring just there. I'm not saying that he got to take over for Bomac. I'm just saying assist him, work with him, right?
That was on August 11th. Let's be clear. Blue Blood Sports TV says it will be dope if Floyd Mayweather would come into the training camp of Terence Crawford. I quote, I would love that. That's the words of Blue Blood. 2 African-American fighters coming together like Rocky and Apollo. That would be dope. Bomac is a great trainer, so I'm not saying that Floyd Mayweather should take over the training camp. But if he can come and provide assistance and help out Terence Crawford to defeat Canelo Alvarez. That was August 11th. Are we clear on that? Can I get somebody, just one, in the live chat to say yes or no if we are not clear? If you're clear on what I just said and what you just heard, just say yes. Quickly if we can. Somebody, we only need one. Are we clear? We got that? Thank you, Brooklyn Goat. Salute to Brooklyn, New York. I love Brooklyn. So yes, we clear now, right? That's what Blue Blood said on August the 11th. He loved for Floyd Mayweather to come into the camp of Terence Crawford, 2 African-American fighters, for Floyd Mayweather to provide assistance to help Terence Crawford beat Canelo. It would be dope. Now let's hear what Blue Blood said 15 days later. Go and look at your screen. This is August 26th. We heard what he said on August the 11th. Now let's see what he said 15 days later on August the 26th about the same topic of Floyd Mayweather visiting Crawford's camp. Okay? Roll the tape.
And so with that said, this one has nothing to do with the other. Floyd Mayweather, from what I'm being told from Terence Crawford's camp, that he has not went up to Colorado and helped Terence Crawford do anything. Okay. Now I don't know if he's willing to or not. I don't know if Terence Crawford reached out to him or not. I don't know if they spoke on the phone or not. But you know, it's when you saw Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather at the top ranked gym watching Shakur Stevenson, and they had a conversation with Eddie Hearn. That's very, very old. Okay, that's very old. Now Floyd Mayweather has stand pat on Terence Crawford is the best fighter, and so now Floyd Mayweather has stand pat on Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world currently right now as it stands. But no, Floyd Mayweather is not. From what my understanding from somebody from Terence Crawford's team, that Floyd Mayweather is not assisting Terence Crawford. 2 well-renowned 2-time trainer, year future Hall of Famer Brian Bomac McIntyre is working that camp. And to be truthful, they don't even need Floyd Mayweather's help.
Did y'all hear that? Let's do an audio check, shall we? I'm going to play it again because I want to make sure we clear. Just the last piece. Want to make sure we all on the same page. Just the last piece. All right. Let's hear what he said on August the 26th.
Somebody from Terence Crawford's team, that Floyd Mayweather is not assisting Terence Crawford. 2 well-renowned 2-time trainer, year future Hall of Famer Brian Bomac McIntyre is working that camp. And to be truthful, they don't even need Floyd Mayweather's help. And this version of Canelo is not the same version.
All right. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? His words, not mine. And I quote, to be truthful, they don't even need Floyd Mayweather's help. 2-time trainer of the year, Brian Bomac, future Hall of Fame trainer. They don't even need Floyd Mayweather's help. Y'all see my point? My point is, this is why you can't just listen to everybody that's bringing out a specific narrative. When they start contradicting themselves, they're suspect. You can't take what they say as truth. When they start being hypocritical and being hypocrites, you can't take what they say as true. Now, on August 11th, Blue Blood Sports TV said he'd love it. It'd be dope if Floyd Mayweather would come in and assist Terence Crawford. 2 African-American fighters to come together like Rocky and Apollo, even though Rocky wasn't black, but okay. Floyd Mayweather can walk Terence Crawford to the ring Not saying he should take over the training camp over Bomac, because Bomac's a great trainer. Oh, but it'd be great if Floyd Mayweather can help him out. Train with him. Give him some pointers. Be there to support him. Assist him in fighting Canelo Alvarez. That's what he said on August 11th. But then 15 days later, on August the 26th, y'all just heard him. Y'all heard him. He said, to be honest with you, they don't need Floyd anyway. Woo! Woo! My God, my God. You see this? This guy keeps switching up, like he switched up on Errol Spence. And he's switching up on all of you who keep giving him your time and your money. August 11th, he thought it was dope if Terence Crawford would have the assistance of Mayweather. He said he'd love it. Two African-American fighters coming together to defeat that Mexican. Floyd Mayweather can assist this young man and help him out and be there with him. Train with him. Give him some pointers. But on August the 26th, though, that same guy comes out and say how great and how Hall of Fame worthy Bomac is as a trainer. To be honest with y'all, they don't need Floyd Mayweather anyway. Good guy from Zion. That's all I'm saying. This the guy y'all getting y'all information from? Wow. See, when they put certain things in the atmosphere, like the judges are going to be corrupt in this particular fight with Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. And Blue Blood, the same guy that y'all just heard contradict himself again, come out and say that the judges are going to have Canelo Alvarez up on the scorecards 3-0 before the bell even rings in the first round. How can y'all take this man as a credible source? And that's all I'm saying. And by the way, Blue Blood been on YouTube for years. And Canelo Alvarez had been fighting professionally for years before Blue Blood came on YouTube. But you ain't gonna find not one video, even recently, in the last 4 to 5 years, that Canelo fought 6-7 times. And Blue Blood came out and talked about the judges in his particular fight. Y'all see my point? That's all I'm saying. You know, there's news articles out where some of these quote unquote content creators and journalists, people that haven't been skilled or even trained to be journalists or reporters, they read articles like the one that's on your screen right now. And they read these type of articles. And in this particular article from Yahoo Sports, you can see it. This particular article, because I read it, we're talking about the judges that were selected for this fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. And they talked about what's this dude named Darshan, the author of this article, the journalist in this article. I circled his name and the date. Y'all can see it. Was making some observations by specific judges. That's where some of these content creators get their information from, y'all. I hate to disappoint you today. Most of them, a very high percentage of them, do not have any inside knowledge of boxing don't have any inside sources in boxing. They read articles just like you do as a boxing fan, right? And then all they do is record themselves giving an opinion. But they want to make you believe, the audience member, that they came up with these ideas on their own independently. And it's unfortunate that they don't even know how to create content. They just recycle and repeat things that they're reading and hearing. And that's one of the things that set me apart and my platform apart from others. I'm very creative about what we do over here. I make thought-provoking statements. I use teachable moments. I have different segments like the one that we're on right now, Nip It in the Bud, to galvanize Terence Crawford fans, to come up and have a platform, to speak your piece and give your perspective of Terence Crawford and his upcoming fight. I started it with Errol Spence 2 years ago, and now we're on Canelo. I come out and do independent research for over a decade and a half with regards to VADA, the snack program, and Victor Conti. And most of them have not done any research. But they come over here, bring a plate and aluminum for you. They take the food that I serve you all, put it on their plate, wrap it up in aluminum for you, take it over to their house, and then they serve it to their audience as if they are the ones that came up with all the information that they learned from me. And everybody knows it's true. I'm not crying about it. It comes with the territory. But I have to still keep it all the way 100 and expose the facts for what they are. But I'm the one that's the most controversial, the most imitated, the most insulted, but the least paid. And I wear all of that with pride. Want to know why? Because I'm not a content creator. Do I create content? Absolutely. But I am an influencer. And you see what I've been influencing on YouTube. People wasn't even doing panels. Some people were doing panels, which is some of the people I learned from. How to do a live show and how to do a panel and everything, invite guests on. I didn't know how to do any of that. But there were other people that were on YouTube way before me, never done it. And they're comfortable doing it now. Wasn't talking about Victor Conti before I came. They're comfortable talking about him now. Wasn't even talking about Victor Conti's snack program, but they talking about it now. Wasn't even talking about VADA testing. They knew nothing about the protocol. They talking about it now. They didn't have Victor Conti on their platform. They didn't have the CEO of VADA, Dr. Margaret Goodman, on their platform. Oh, okay. They didn't have Tim Montgomery, who was just in the Netflix documentary 4 months before I had him up here myself. Oh, okay. Click the link, Kevin Brown, before we get out of here. I'll tell you who I manage. A guy named Kevin Brown in the live chat. He want to be famous. Click the link and come talk to me. You don't have to be in the comment section, brother. That's why I pinned the link to the top of the chat to give everybody a chance to come speak. Come on up. You said send it. It's pinned to the top of the chat, Kevin. Hopefully we don't have any static on the audio. It's pinned to the top. But I just sent it back out there now. Don't nobody touch that, please. Please, before we get out of here. Kevin wants to say something to me publicly. You say I lie on Blue Blood. Click the link and tell me how I lied on him. Please, dog, don't nobody else touch that link. I got it reserved for Kevin. Let me show my face because I want people to know this is real. This is real right here. I don't hide behind avatars and pictures like some people do. That's just me. Let me show my face real quick so we know what time it is. Kevin Brown, click the link and come talk to me, man. It's all good. We're just having a conversation. You made a statement in the live chat, so I figured I'd give you an opportunity to come on up and talk to me. Let me see something. What the? Is that him? My signal is bad. Driving. Let me put this in perspective. Hold on one second. I want to make sure I'm not misinterpreting nothing. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I said the link is pinned to the top of the chat. And Kevin Brown responded and said, y'all see it on your screen, right? And said, send it. Right? Okay. All right. He said, send it. Okay. And right after he said, send it, I told him it was pinned to the top, but I also sent it. You see it on your screen at Manager Marty? Y'all see the link? I sent it to him. But after I sent it to him, he said, my signal is bad driving. How you know your signal bad when you driving and you typing at the same time, brother? Now, that's not being a safe, responsible driver, is it, Kevin? You driving at the same time and you're typing in the chat. But when I sent that link to you, you said your signal is bad. But I'm just trying to figure out, your signal is good enough for you to type and send the message in the live chat. But your signal is bad when it's time to come up and see me. I understand, Kevin. It's all right. You just wanted my attention. I get it. I'm used to it by now. I got former girlfriends of mine. They used to do the same thing some years ago, Kevin. You know how it is, Kev. You a man. You understand, Kev. Huh? You know how when they don't want to come with the facts and receipts and deal with accountability, they just going to say something and send you a text out the clear blue, call you out the clear blue when they know you have no interest in them anymore because of them being shiesty. Then all of a sudden now, they just don't have to get the attention. You understand, Kevin, right? We get it. Then they make an excuse when it's time to deal with the fact. I get it, man. It's okay. You asked for the link and then now your signal bad. Good God from Zion. You said I lie on Blue. I just want you to come up here and tell me how I lie on the man. You just heard the man on August the 11th. See, y'all be taking up for him, but y'all know that I got the receipts. On August 11th, the man said he would love for Floyd Mayweather to help Terence Crawford in training and assist him and come together as two African-American fighters like Rocky and Apollo. For Floyd Mayweather to give him some pointers to help him beat Canelo Alvarez, come into training camp. And then 15 days later, on August 26th, you heard that same man say, they don't need Floyd Mayweather over there anyway. And by the way, Kev, I know you know this already. I never lied on YouTube one time. And nor did I never lie on Blue Blood. But you even know that Blue Blood had been caught in so many different lies himself. Nobody really has to lie on him. And this is not me trying to disparage Blue Blood. But we can't let people come out with these statements about the judges, about how they're going to cheat Terence Crawford when their backyard is not clean themselves. They're not credible sources. And Blue Blood didn't come with any receipts. All these accusations with no proof. That's all I'm saying. Because he called the judges out by name. Don't take my word for it.